Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I come to you with an idea that I had very recently, but I got so excited about it that I just had to film it. So, two of my favorite things in the world are books and BTS. So I thought, why not make book recommendations based on BTS albums I own? And here we are. So, today we are going to start with BTS World, since it's the oldest album I own. BTS World is a mobile game that is based on the idea that you go back in time to the time when BTS was barely being formed, and you are their manager that has to get them to fame. So, for this album, I have the book Passenger by Alexander Bragan. Passenger tells the story of Ada Spencer, a violin prodigy from modern Manhattan that, by a series of unfortunate events, discovers that she is a time traveler. She must team up with an 18th century sailor to find an object that might save her future. Passenger is one of my favorite duologies, and it involves time travel, which goes pretty well with the concept of BTS World. It's also full of adventure and romance, and it has everything that you could ever want, and it's truly an amazing book. Next is Map of the Soul 7. And because I actually don't own that many albums, I thought I would do a book per version, since I do own all 4 of the versions of this album. So for version 1, which is this one, is what I call the Angel version. The photos in this version are like very pure and angelic and dreamy, and they're just very beautiful. So for Map of the Soul 7 version 1, I have Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This book follows Laser Strange and his obsession with a city that no one remembers. Said city is dubbed as the City of Weep, which was wiped from the history, and the only proof that its existence is the ruins of the city. Strange the Dreamer is actually one of my favorite books, and it has one of the most beautiful writings I've ever read. Laini Taylor's way of describing things is incredibly beautiful and just makes the experience of reading it so dreamy and angel-like, which is why I'm recommending it this version. Next, we move on to version 2, which I call the dark version. The concept for this version is what I would call Black Swan theme. It's very dark and mysterious, and also incredibly beautiful. For this album, I recommend Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Six of Crows is set on a fantastical world of magic and darkness, and follows the story of Cas Breaker and his crew as they attempt to fool the greatest heist of all time. For those of you that know me, y'all knew I would find a way to sneak Six of Crows into the list. Six of Crows is possibly one of my favorite books of all time, and it follows a very dark and mysterious theme, perfect to go with version 2 of Map of the Soul 7. Then we have version 3, which has a very royal and regal theme, very Greek mythology-like, imaginary. For this version, I'm gonna recommend Circe by Madeline Miller. This book tells the story of Circe, the daughter of Helios, the god of the sun, and an ocean nymph. Although this book didn't make my list of favorites, it was a very good book nonetheless. The story was very captivating and it had beautiful images of Greek mythology, which I think the images go perfect with version 3 of Map of the Soul 7. Lastly, we have version 4, which for this one we have a very relaxed theme, very happy, very enjoyable theme. A lot of people called it very like high school of college like theme, and I'm honestly leaning to agree. This was actually the hardest book to find because I've come to realize I don't have that many happy or relaxed books. Please don't judge me. So I'm going to go with the school theme and choose Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. This novel is written in the first person of a teenage girl named Samantha Kingston, and she is forced to relive the day of her death every day for a week. And I'm very well aware that this has nothing to do with version 4 other than the fact that it's set in a school setting. But please give me a break. My books are very dramatic. And to finish off, we have B, the last BTS album I own. B came to be as a reflection of the pandemic, and it talks about feelings of yearning, comfort, sadness, and hopefulness. For this album, I chose Turtles All the Way Down by Jungkook. Turtles All the Way Down lets us get an inside look at the brain of Asa Holmes, who suffers from OCD, obsessive-compulsive disorder, and anxiety. As she fights her way through high school, finding herself suddenly involved in solving the mysterious disappearance of a famous billionaire. As someone who suffers from anxiety myself, I can honestly say that this is the first book where I found my feelings represented accurately. The writing is incredibly raw, but incredibly hopeful. Definitely up there with my favorites. And I think that it definitely goes very well with the feelings of this album. And that is all for my book recommendations based on BTS albums I own. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you have read or plan to read any of the books in this video. Leave a like if you would like to see more videos like this related to BTS or related to books. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!